Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm back with another theory video. Now this video is on Miraculous Ladybug, and I plan to be making some more Miraculous videos in the upcoming future because just with the new Annecy episode and with the new promo for Sandboy, we have a lot of content to make. Like I said in the last video, there has been so much stuff on Miraculous Ladybug recently that I don't know what to do. I have so little time to do so many things, and I have to read the Book of Spells, so there's just so much that I have to do. But today I'm going to be focusing on, does Alya know that Nino is Carapace? Because as you guys know, if you haven't seen Annecy, I would recommend going to watch it because it was a great episode. But if you have seen it, then you know that Alya whispered to Nino something that makes it seem like that she knows that Nino is Carapace. So let's dive in and see the evidence and see if I think if she does know or if she doesn't. But before we get into this video, I would just like to say that Cartoon Apocalypse is one of the best channels to watch Miraculous videos. The other channel is The Virtual Celebrity, which I wasn't asked to shout out or anything, but I did do a collab with her, and she was so friendly and nice, and it was so funny because I did a comic dub collab, so you can go check that out. Link will be down in the description below if you're interested. Go tell me how good my acting skills are. Alright, let's get into this video. So, does Alya know that Nino is Carapace? Let's just go through the evidence. Now, the first thing is that Nino, just knowing Nino, he says like, dude, and he's just the super rad guy that's just like, he has just, you know, that surfer dude type of feel. So he is going to slip up. Everyone has their thing, like Adrian, it's opposite for him. He says "m'lady" on accident when he's talking to Ladybug when he's Adrian versus being Cat Noir. So this is just Nino's thing like that, because everyone should have one of those. But Alya is a smart woman, so it doesn't surprise me that she gets a little bit suspicious. Now, I'm going to be talking kind of like negatively about it later on because I don't feel like she should know. But okay, we'll see how this all goes out. But let's just talk about it here. So she gave a suspicious look when she was still in the webs, when Nino accidentally said dude versus just saying Ladybug or whoever he was addressing when this happened. But so Alya just looked really like, wait a minute, I know someone who says dude a lot and then corrects himself in that exact form. So that right there is just a huge piece of evidence, and I'll talk about why that shouldn't be a big piece of evidence, but just because of Alya's look, it makes it a piece of evidence. But the next piece of evidence is that Alya knows how tall Nino is. She is his girlfriend, so she will be paying more attention to these things. When Carapace was standing right next to Alya, and Alya was looking up. Now, she normally has to look up for Nino anyway, but if she notices that the height is very similar, because obviously Carapace was in a different outfit, so different heights a little bit, but it's all roughly the same. And the face structure is also fairly similar to Nino. It's almost exact. Again, I'll talk about this a little bit later, but it wouldn't be hard to say like, oh hey, this guy says dude a lot on accident. I know Nino does that. He's roughly around the same height. If he's acting the same way that Nino does, because Alya is his girlfriend, she should know a little bit more about him. So this is a lot, but there's also a couple more pieces of evidence let's get into now. Nino said when he got back with Marinette that it's not like I'm a superhero or anything, and he said it very suspiciously, like you're like, oh yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm a superhero or anything. Yeah, so he said it like that, so that makes me believe that Alya was like, okay, let's piece together the evidence. And just right after this, Alya whispered, keep in mind, whispered, she whispered, I know perfectly well what you're like. So this just proves the previous points, because Alya pays attention to these things. Alya is a smart person, so if she was paying attention to how tall he is, how he acts when he says dude and things like that, it just, everything adds up to where Alya should know. Now again, we'll talk about why she shouldn't know here in a bit, but just it really seems like Alya does know. And it's like, well, you could argue that this isn't a thing, and you guys might have been coming into this video like, oh, well, it's kind of obvious that she knows. There's not even a question like there was with Adrian knowing if Ladybug was it. But there is some counter evidence, and I'll support that here in a bit. But let's just talk about whether I think Alya knows or not. Now, regarding all this evidence being like, oh, yes, Alya knows, and just why she should know, I'm just gonna say it. Yes, I do believe that she knows. The biggest two things being, I know perfectly well what you're like, and she whispered it at that, and two, that she gave a suspicious look like, when Nino said dude on accident when he was using his shelter. I love that name. I love the name Shelter as well. I thought that was so funny when I was rewatching it. It was so funny I cracked up again. Alright, finally, now that we know that I believe that Alya knows, let's talk about the negative points, or at least the counter evidence. As you guys know, oh man, this is so bad. As you guys know, the characters in the show are pretty dumb. Either that or there's something that doesn't allow them to figure out who they are in and out of character. I don't know what it is, because really, Adrian should know that Ladybug is Marinette, and vice versa with Cat Noir and Adrian and Marinette. Everybody should know exactly who they are. They look the exact same. They talk almost the exact same. Like, they have the same voice, everything. It just all makes sense that they should, and they're so obvious about it too. There shouldn't be any reason why they don't know. And there's so much points like that they should know, just so many obvious things that the characters don't realize for whatever reason, and it's just, it annoys me. That's my biggest negative to the show by far, is that they have no reasonable explanation. The best thing that we have to go off of is that the Kwamis hold in like their secret identity or something similar to that effect. But if Alya does know, then obviously the Kwami thing, or all of our theories on like why they don't know, just kind of all falls apart. Because if Alya does know, then there should be no reason that the other characters don't know. And how does she not know that Ladybug is Marinette? Alya is Ladybug's, or Marinette's, best friend, and you could say a lot of this with Marinette as well, but I really don't know. All of the evidence that I said earlier in the video really supports Alya knowing, but then again, like, well, what about all this other negative evidence? And it's all just the core fundamentals of Miraculous. Like, it wouldn't be Miraculous if the characters were easily able to find out, but there should be at least a reasonable explanation. So maybe we'll get a good explanation here in the future, because we really deserve one. But it's like, wait, does she know or does she not? You can tell me what you guys think down in the comment section down below. But just with this counter argument, it's like, well, she really shouldn't know. And if she does know, which I still think she does, because there's more evidence supporting that she does know than she doesn't, then that makes me mad a little bit. If she knows when she shouldn't, it breaks the Miraculous law. And honestly, I do hope that they find out somehow. It's just, they should have found out already. It's not hard to figure out. I mean, like, sure, oh, we see it from the outside, we're third person omniscient, but really, it shouldn't be that hard to figure out. But I really don't know. So, now that we've talked about that, does she know? I still think yes. It makes me kind of mad. But, here's the thing. What does this mean? Is she going to be like, because we do know that she owns Ladybug, is she going to be like, oh my gosh, I know who Carapace is and all this stuff? No, she's not going to do that. Obviously not. First of all, Alya is Nino's girlfriend. She's not going to do that to him. But the other thing is she's Rena Rouge. She knows about it. She's been through that same thing. And obviously she learned from Ladybug that no, that's bad. And we saw that executed in the episode Sapatoras, when she almost told Marinette, but she didn't. So she learns and she knows not to do that. So obviously she's not going to do it. And she might make some jokes. If we see this in the future about her making jokes, about it or hinting to it, then yes, I do think that she knows and she'll joke around, and eventually Nino will probably figure out who Rena Rouge is, because when they go fighting together, he might notice the same thing. But I don't know if this will happen or not. This is just speculation, but we don't really, I mean, again, we don't really have any factual evidence to support any of this, so take it lightly a little bit. I don't know. But I do hope that eventually they all know their identities, or at least Cat Noir and Ladybug do, and then it'll kind of be like a hierarchy where Ladybug and Cat Noir know theirs, but the under people, which is going to be Queen Bee, Rena Rouge, and Carapace, they know theirs, but they don't know Ladybug and Cat Noir. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but I feel like that's how it should be. But I don't know. I again, going back to this whole does Alya know thing, if she does, which there's more evidence pointing to she does than she doesn't, it makes me mad because she shouldn't know. It breaks the miraculous law. So tell me what you guys think down in the comment section down below. And just by being a miraculous law, essentially, does that make her not know? I don't know. She could have been like, she could have had that suspicious look on for something completely different. I don't know. But it was kind of a big coincidence, and they shouldn't have had that in there in the animation, just because it throws people like me who theorize and things off. But again, the whole whispering thing, that makes me mad, because she better not know, because if she does, that breaks the miraculous law, and it throws everything out of whack, and it throws this whole Kwame protects it, and all of this stuff. So again, I really don't know what's going on here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I think I'm going to have to end this episode here. I'm getting a little bit too riled up. I got to go read the Book of Spells, because I started reading for a couple hours last night, and I barely made a dent in it. It is huge. I highly recommend it. But anyway, that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
I know perfectly well what you're like.